When the Western Roman Empire collapsed in 476 CE, many believed the world fell into darkness, a period where knowledge was lost, society regressed, and chaos reigned. This era, often referred to as the Dark Ages, has been portrayed as a time of stagnation and ignorance. But was it really so dark? In truth, the period after Rome's fall was far more complex. It was a time of transformation, struggle, and surprising innovation. It wasn't a sudden descent into darkness. It was the slow evolution of a new world. The fall of Rome didn't happen overnight. The empire had been decaying for centuries, weakened by internal corruption, economic strain, overexpansion, and constant invasions. When the Germanic chieftain Odoacer deposed the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, the Roman authority in the West officially ended. But Roman culture, language, and law persisted, in fragments, carried on by the very people who had once been labeled barbarians. In Western Europe, power decentralized. Great cities shrank, trade routes deteriorated, and infrastructure crumbled. The once thriving Roman road network that connected the empire slowly fell into disrepair. Literacy rates declined, and monumental construction halted. The centralized governance of Rome was replaced by localized rule, often by warlords or tribal kings. But even in the midst of this upheaval, seeds of change were taking root. The Christian Church emerged as the most stable institution in post-Roman Europe. It preserved knowledge, maintained connections across regions, and offered spiritual unity. Monasteries became sanctuaries of learning, where monks copied ancient manuscripts by hand, preserving the works of classical philosophers, scientists, and theologians. Though the flame of knowledge flickered, it was never extinguished. Meanwhile, the Germanic tribes, Franks, Visigoths, Ostrogoths, and others, began forming their own kingdoms. In Gaul, the Frankish king Clovis converted to Christianity, setting the stage for the powerful Merovingian and Carolingian dynasties. His descendants, especially Charlemagne, would forge a new empire that echoed Rome's legacy. Charlemagne's reign in the 8th and 9th centuries marked a significant revival. Crowned Emperor of the Romans by the Pope in the year 800, Charlemagne unified much of Western Europe and initiated a cultural renaissance known as the Carolingian Renaissance. Under his rule, learning, literacy, and art experienced a rebirth. Latin was revived, educational reforms were introduced, and scholars from across the continent gathered at his court. Yet, while Western Europe rebuilt itself from the ashes, other parts of the world were flourishing. In the Islamic world, a golden age was underway. After the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 CE, Islamic civilization expanded rapidly, from Spain to India. The Abbasid Caliphate, with its capital in Baghdad, became a beacon of learning, science, and philosophy. The House of Wisdom, a grand library and center of study, attracted scholars from all faiths who translated texts from Greek, Sanskrit, and Persian into Arabic. Muslim scientists made groundbreaking advances in astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and chemistry. Figures like Al-Khwarizmi, the father of algebra, Ibn Sina, a pioneer in medicine, and Alhazen, who studied optics, left lasting legacies that would later shape the European Renaissance. While Europe struggled to recover, Islamic civilization preserved and expanded the knowledge of the ancient world. Ironically, much of what Europe would later rediscover had been safeguarded by Islamic scholars. To the east, China was experiencing its own golden periods. The Tang Dynasty, which began in the 7th century, is often regarded as one of the most culturally rich and politically stable eras in Chinese history. Poetry, art, and innovation thrived. Woodblock printing and early forms of paper money emerged. The civil service examination system ensured that government positions were filled based on merit rather than birth. Trade along the Silk Road connected China to the Islamic world and beyond. facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies. Even as Europe was reeling from Rome's collapse, the East was advancing with vigor. In Mesoamerica, civilizations like the Maya were building towering pyramids, complex calendar systems, and cities with advanced astronomical observatories. In Africa, the Kingdom of Aksum continued to thrive, maintaining trade routes between Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Back in Europe, not everything was as bleak as the Dark Ages label suggests. Viking societies in Scandinavia were exploring, trading, and raiding across Europe. Though feared for their brutality, the Norse also contributed to trade networks and settled in areas from Normandy to Kiev. By the 11th century, Europe began to reawaken. Agricultural innovation increased food production. Towns grew, trade revived, and universities began to form. The High Middle Ages brought the construction of towering cathedrals, the development of Gothic architecture, and philosophical movements like scholasticism. The Crusades, launched in the late 11th century, were religious wars with complex motivations. They brought devastation, but also renewed contact with the Islamic world. European crusaders returned with knowledge, spices, texts, and technologies they had never encountered before. So, was the Dark Ages truly dark? The answer depends on where you look. In some parts of Europe, yes, urban life declined, education waned, and violence was frequent. But even there, resilience and adaptation laid the groundwork for future growth. Elsewhere in the world, civilizations thrived. Science blossomed in the Middle East. Art and governance reached new heights in China. And the seeds of the modern world were quietly being sown. History is rarely simple. The collapse of Rome was not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter, one that saw human civilization shift, struggle, and ultimately rise again. The so-called Dark Ages were not an era of unbroken darkness, but a bridge between worlds, a turbulent yet vital age of transition.